Hi, Hayden here, and in this video, this part is the last thing that I shot in this video. I shot the other two sections you're going to see after this first. What I wanted to do is I want to come back in and show you exactly how I'm doing this. The first thing I want to do is kind of, I guess the safest thing to do would be pulling the microphone cable off. And that didn't even sound right. But this camera, this is the Canon XH-A1 camera. And I'll show you something else with this camera in a few minutes. I have to move the camera here around. Or maybe I'll just spin the whole thing around. I'll do that right now. I want to show you that the camera has this built-in viewfinder, and let's just point it right at us. And if you see, it kind of blocks this hood, kind of blocks that viewfinder a little bit. So if I take the hood off, I can get a great shot of the monitor to see if I'm in the frame or not. But I've pretty much decided that I will peek around the corner, do one of those peek around the corner to see that I'm in the frame. This camera has a lot of things connected to it right now, and some of that are the connections for the AGP Tech or EasyCap. These are all the connections that I have coming out of the camera. Now, you'll notice that the yellow wire isn't connected because I'm not using composite video. I only use a component video, which is the red, green, blue. Alright, so these are actually not connected at all or at the moment because there is a very large cable that connects up in the back. And I just noticed something very funny. Right here is a connection for how I hang the hard drive onto my hand strap, the hand strap on the camera. Here's one of the old connections for that. So I just put them off to the side. So I'm looking for the connection so I can mount the camera onto the hand strap, which is a great place for me to put this little drive. And lo and behold, I already had one there. Now the other issue here is the microphone. Like I was saying before, the microphone plugs directly into the side. Now obviously it's not connected to this video. I'm using the microphone that's built into the camera. But our microphones use these professional XLR connectors, the 3-prong XLR connector. And in order to use these, we need power. Well, this particular camera and my other camera, my older camera, the Panasonic AGDVC 90, or 80, I'm sorry, it's the 80, it has also the same thing, built-in microphones, two of them, you can take two. And that should be enough to really cover most rooms if you have a boundary microphone they're called. Anyways, and you just plug it right in there, and that has phantom power. It's a selectable thing that you turn on the phantom power to supply microphone power. Now, I'll just put this up here. I can leave this in the studio setup all the time, just snatch down the thing, hook myself up for sound, and be good to go. The other thing would be, of course, recording the video. This camera, and just like this old camera here, take a videotape in the side. Now I don't think I used very many videotapes in these, and I never used a videotape in this particular one because I used these drives. Now this one here that's all black is the Pro version, which has a 100 gigabyte hard drive in it, and this one here was the first ones I got with 80 gig hard drive, but they didn't record enough video because they record very, very large video files. The 8-minute video file that I shot was almost 2 gigs. Okay, so it's a lot of video data in that M2T file. Right? This is going to be shooting an MPEG-4 file, which is going to be much smaller, and I won't have to wait to transfer it. And I showed you in that other video, I have that little device that is a card reader that plugs in a USB port. So anyways, so this is the setup that I had that shot the other video that you saw, the 8-minute video that hopefully you saw on the experiments that I'm doing with the various pieces of equipment. And you also get a shot of my rig back here behind. And this has a bunch of bags and stuff on it, video bags. These are from my old system setup when I had the bigger cameras. That one way on the right, that's my the case I use now for this particular camera because it's so small. And there's there's an audio mixer built in that bag. It's the Shure SCM268 microphone mixer. The thing's like bulletproof, and it's been fantastic for a lot of years, and I hope it lasts a whole lot more because it's been an excellent mixer. I have lights set up. They're just little, they're LED lights. They're 100 watt LED equivalent of a 100 watt LED. They don't get hot. and they provide plenty of light. And I have actually 5 of them set up around this rig. And this rig, repurposing things that we have no use for anymore, this is basically a clothes rack. It's a kind of a, if you were doing a shoot or something like that, and you had different photo shoot, and you had models are going to be wearing different outfits or whatever, you had the different outfits lined up. This is a bar back. You can't really see it there, but this back here is a bar, and this bar is basically for clothes. And the bar would actually turn around to face in, so in the rack, the bar would be outside of the main rack, but the bar is now inside the main rack. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to hang my bags from that bar, and then I have them right there. Now, what I used to have is previously I had the camera within the realm of the rack, and it was a portable studio. I could just actually wheel this around anywhere, fire up the camera, plug everything into the wall, and just one plug does it all. And I could just start shooting video wherever I was at. Of course, it's not all that portable. You'd have to break everything down and take it with you, set it up at a job. But if you needed to go do a couple of different scenes and you didn't have to move your camera a whole lot, it was a great system. Again, experiments are fun. So what I'm going to show you, this is the last part of the video I shot. The first part of the video I shot is what you're about to see now, is how I take this video and get it from here onto that portable hard drive that you'll see in a few minutes, and then into my editing computer. Hi, Hayden here, and this video is kind of an extension of the last video I just shot, and I wanted to touch on a couple of things here. You're going to see some wires going all over the place. This is the FS4 Pro HD version of the other silver and black version I showed you. It's actually turned on and everything now. The batteries have long stopped really working and recharging and holding a charge at all, so I actually don't even connect them anymore because they just add weight to the unit. I want to show you another part of the device is on the back. It is, let me get this maybe I can get it showing so you can see it. This is a clip. It's actually kind of like a belt clip thing. There's a device that you can hook onto your belt, or in my case, I put it on the strap. The hand strap on the camera, and then I push this, you just slide this down on there and it snaps into place. So this just kind of hangs off the side of the camera while I'm recording. And then the only thing is I can't really see the screen. I have to kind of look around and turn it to make sure it's recording and stuff. And another kind of a pain about this is it's got a menu, and you have to go back and forth through a menu to do certain things. Currently, it says, oh, by the way, let me touch on the top parts. It's got 2 connections, just like that AGP Tech device. One's an input and one's an output, and you will not mix the 2. This is currently the computer connection, and the video camera the video input is always on this side. It says DV in, and I hold it because I'm old, I can't see. And this other part says computer. So it is a computer. It's next to where the lights are on top. And one is the charging light. It's not charging, there's no battery. And the other one, the green light, just says it has power. So with that, this is connected over here to the computer. And I don't know if you can see this very well or not. Right here, there's a blue cable, and this is HD, so you should be able to see it. There's a little blue wire right here. This blue wire connects up to this speaker. These are my external speakers. This is my 10-year-old computer. It still works very well. It has a 4-core processor built into it, and I think that's why. But also it has these additional videos input. This one at top, I don't know how well you can see it, but it says S-Video. That was a very touchy cable that liked to break a lot. Then you have the yellow, which kind of is rubbed off a little bit here, but that's the yellow composite video. And then for the component video, we didn't really have an input for it here, but it did have FireWire input, and that's the key. The operating system that you really can't tell on the screen here is Ubuntu Studio. I've customized it to be certain things, but what we're looking at right this minute is a folder I created on my external hard drives. This is the 500 gigabyte hard drive. So I'm not actually copying any files to the computer at all. I've connected the video drive through the computer. I got my USB drive connected, and that is where I copied the file to. So the file has been copied over to this And what I want to do is I just want to go ahead and change the name of this file because it gives it a whole bunch of strings of numbers and stuff, and I don't like that. So I'm just going to call this test M2T video and rename it, and there we have it. And I'm just going to double click it, and it should be playing right from this drive, and there it is, and it is playing. And we just test it.
Using these for years.
In a couple of places.
And video on how I actually do that.
And there we go. All right, so I tested the video to make sure it played from this hard drive, and it does. So the next thing I want to do, because I have, and it's one of the flaky things I've noticed about these drives, if you use a thumb drive or if you use an external hard drive, you might have issues with the file getting corrupted or messed up or something like that. So what I want to do is I want to close this window here. I want to close this window is this file. I want to shut that. I have an adorable picture of a cat. But then I want to make sure that I unmount the volume. And it says it's writing data to the device. The unmount is finished, and I can safely remove the device. All right, so this is a safely removed device, and I want to unmount the other one as well. That unmounted rather fast, and now I want to exit from the computer. Says okay, disconnect the computer now. And this might take a minute to actually acknowledge that it's been disconnected from a computer. So I'm going to go off the air right now, or go off the record, shall we say, and I'm going to switch over to the new editing computer and show you how I connect this. All right, so stand by for that. All right, Hayden back, and this is the hard drive that in the last section I just copied that file over, and now I'm going to plug this into my this is the new computer I built for editing. And by the way, when I built this computer, I didn't talk anything about a screen, a trackball, or a keyboard at all. And the reason for that is because I have those. And behind me over here, or off to your left side of the screen, there's a 55-inch monitor that I can use for editing. But it is a 15-inch monitor that I was just going to throw away because I had no use for it. But after doing this could be a very portable system. If I had to go somewhere and work on a system, I could. There's a 15-inch screen, and I can work on a 15-inch screen because I can work on a 13-inch screen. The computer I was editing video with previously was a 15-inch monitor. A 13.3-inch monitor, my Asus ZenBook. Now it's asked me how I want to open this up. I'm going to cancel that. I actually just want to go ahead and open up the project that I already had, and it is my YouTube template. I want to ignore everything and leave it off base. This was known as Sony Vegas Studio. So you got Sony Vegas Pro, and then you had the Sony Vegas Movie Studio thing. Magix, M-A-G-I-X, is a company that purchased these, and they now support the system. So what I want to do here is I want to refresh, and I see my folder is Video Experiments, and there is my test video. Now I click on that and I should see data. I don't know how well you're going to see it, but data pops in down here. If the data doesn't pop in down there, I suspect that I have an issue with the file on my drive. But I'm going to take this video and I'm going to drop it down into my timeline. I don't want it to change anything. I have my template set up for my videos that I put on YouTube, and I don't want to change anything on that. And then this is going to be about an 8-minute video. So this video is actually about the 8-minute video that I'm going to edit first and get up online in the experiments. And then this video here is basically in how I did that. I will add a section out of order. Here's the magic of video editing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this camera, and the first part of this video that you saw was the thing I shot last, all right? And it's going to be how I connect all this stuff up to that camera in the first place. So that'll be fun. The power of editing. Normally my videos are whatever you see first, whatever you see last, that's exactly what happened. But in this particular video, the first thing you saw back at the beginning of this video, the way I set this up to capture the video, that was the last thing I shot. So the first thing you saw is the last thing I shot. So that's kind of fun. And let's see if you stayed to the video to see that. Let me edit this video together and get it ready for upload, and then I'll finish making this video. With that, until we see you in the next video, take care and be well.